Look, there's no need to panic. Look, it's December. It's December the 6th. The amount of injuries we've had from August to now is just diabolical. There's no team in the Premier League this season who can live with the injuries that we've had to live with. Look, Havertz has hardly kicked a ball. He's kicked one ball at Old Trafford. Saka's been out for about 4 or 5 games. Odegaard's been out for half the season so far already. Gabriel Magalhaes has been injured for our most important and pivotal part of our season so far. We've had to play Tottenham, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, all these teams, and then today against Aston Villa away without Gabriel Magalhaes, the best centre-back in the league at the moment. Then Saliba's been injured for whatever reason in training. He's picked up this injury. It's supposed to be a few days, but now he's missed 3 games on the bounce. Trossard's been injured for about 4 games. Zubimendi's just come into this league, the most difficult position on that pitch, arguably, as a number 6. He's had to play every game. Declan Rice is knackered. Timber, Ben White has had to come in and play 2 games in the space of 3 days. He's been injured for about a year. Timber's had to come into the centre because Mosquera's now injured for 6 to 8 weeks. Look, these players are not superhuman. These are not immortal players. These are normal people who bleed like us. You can't ask more from these players. What they're doing for the team at the minute is everything possible. Everything in their power. Look, yeah, you don't concede in the 95th minute like that. That was ridiculous. You just don't. You defend for your lives and you come out with a point and say, you know what, on another day we could have lost that. But you look at the bigger picture and think, we've gone to Chelsea, we've got a point, we beat Tottenham, we beat Brentford, and we come out of Aston Villa with a draw. And then you look at the bigger picture and think, you've been to all these away grounds like Anfield, you've been to Newcastle, you've been to Old Trafford, and we're still top by 5 points. Sunderland could beat Man City at 3 o'clock. We don't know. But, look, there's no need to overreact. I'm not going to overreact and start saying Arteta out this and that. Don't forget Madueke as well, has been injured for about 1.5 months. Gabriel Jesus has been out for a year. I can go on and on and on. The amount of injuries we've had to put up with, a lot of teams, it's not normal. It happened last season as well, and something's got to be done. Something's got to give. The medical staff, whatever, I don't know. Mosquera's played about 2-3 full seasons for Valencia, never been injured. Hincapié, he's had an invincible season. He's never been injured from what I've seen on his injury record. Trossard never gets injured. Madueke is always available for Chelsea, but now he's getting off injured. Saka, always available, but he's now injured every other game. Look, it was a massive opportunity missed. I think we did play okay, especially in the second half. We just turned the screw on its head. We got the early goal, and I thought if we get the equaliser before the 70th minute, then we can go on to win the game. We got the equaliser in the 53rd minute, and we couldn't go on to win the game. Saka had a shot off the line. We did create a lot of chances. We had about 8-9 shots on target, and I think it was a smash and grab. It was. They scored out against the run of play, and then the second goal, Hincapié, I don't know why he just doesn't run and get onto that ball and hoof it up top, and then it's 1-1. We go on with a point, but he concedes the throw. They take an early throw. It's chaos in the box, and before you know it, it's 2-1, and we lose the game. Look, let's not forget what these lads have done over the course of the season. That's just 2 losses in about 18, 19 games. All that means is we have to go on a 10, 11 game run with at least 8 wins and 2 draws, no losses. It's a gentle reminder that, look, the league's not done. As good as we are, Saliba will be back next week. Trossard, hopefully, he's that limping, whatever the reason he's got off, hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully Gabriel Magalhaes will be back at the end of the year or January. And then the attack is all back anyway. Havertz will be back. And before you know it, it's like we've got a few new signings, but we've got to go on a massive run now. These away performances against these top teams, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea, we've not won a single one. The only team we've beat away are Newcastle and Man United in terms of, that sort of stature. And it is kind of worrying because the seasons before, we've been losing against the lesser teams and we've been winning against Chelsea's and away, and City, we've been getting draws, beating Man United away and Tottenham home and away. It's one of them, like, at the minute, it's not working out for us since this international break with the injuries. We can't use it as an excuse. But all I'm saying is cut out some slack. The players have had a lot to deal with. Tough games. Obviously, if we ended today with a win or at least a draw, we just look at the bigger picture and think, we go to Wolves next week at Emirates Stadium, we win that. We try and get the win against Everton, and then we have 2 home games, and we take it from there. I think Mikel Merino shouldn't have started that game as well. I said it in my preview. Gyökeres would have pinned the centre-backs back. Means less space for them, more space for Saka because there's going to be 2 on Gyökeres, and so on and so forth. But Arteta did make the substitution immediately when he noticed that was the wrong move. I think the ref had a good game. Calafiori looked sloppy. Timber had a poor game. He was awful today in that centre-back position. Ben White's been good. Saka, again, I've said it every game now recently. This season he's been poor, and if you judge a player by goals and assists, then Saka's going to be deemed to be a top player this season. But for me, I look at the performance and he's just not at the races this season. He's just not. Sooner or later, if Madueke picks his game up, Saka's got to be dropped. Only if Madueke picks his game up. Gyökeres didn't really have much to do. Rice, again, like I said, he's knackered. I think he can't play that Club Brugge game. He's got to sit a game out sooner or later. Who else have we got? Eze had a poor game. David Raya has been shit. Recently, he's been shit. Can't save anything these days. And overall, I think the performance, we did cut them open. Odegaard was our best player by a mile, and he's been injured as well. Overall, I think I'm going to give the team about a 6 out of 10. I am pissed off. I'm just going to try and see if Sunderland can do us a favour, man. But the thing is, with Aston Villa are now 3 points behind us. But the bigger picture, we've just got to go on a massive 10-game unbeaten run. It's shit, but it is what it is. We've lost another game. That's 2 this season. But you don't lose the league in December. The season's about to start now. So we've just got to go on a massive run and just smash everything in our way. It's incredible Hulk time. That's what it's got to be.